Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, someone asked about how do you, they asked me would I create a tutorial on the other image where I did the image of the girl where I said, you got this girl. So I want to show you how I go about actually changing out my designs when I design in Microsoft PowerPoint. So on that particular image, hold on one second. On that particular image, I actually had an image of a lady, and I actually took and changed the background to kind of like an orangish, which kind of matched her shirt. So what I'm going to show you is how I could use this same design to recreate that particular one without having to do just delete this image and then bring in a new image and so on and so forth. So this is how I would go about redesigning this particular image. So I'm going to show you, if you're new to PowerPoint, excuse me, and you just started following some of these designs that I do in PowerPoint, then you might learn a couple of things or new tricks, okay? So when I go into PowerPoint and I'm getting ready to recreate, okay, so what I would do is I know I'm going to change this and I know I'm going to change her. I'm going to change pretty much everything, okay? So what I would do is I would start out with her first, and I'm going to right click. After I select her, I'm going to right click and I'm going to come down to where it says change picture, and I'm going to choose a picture from a file. Then I'm going to go to my desktop. I'll locate my image. I already know this is the image that I want to work with because I just brought it up a moment ago. So I'm going to go ahead and click this image, which is an SVG. And when it comes in, it looks super large for me. So I want to kind of work her out because I can see that she's cropped based on the previous image. Okay. So what you do is you just go up to the image is already selected. You go up to graphic format in your menu. You're going to select crop and crop. And you see these little black dashes, one on the left corner, the right corner, in the center, and on the sides, one on the bottom left and bottom right, and in the center. You want to make sure you click those little dark black lines, and you can just drag it up, and it brings the rest of your image in, okay? So wherever that image is missing something, you just go to crop and you just drag it out. Now, I want to use her, right? But I don't want the leg part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crop out the legs. Okay. And I'm going to have her just like that. And then I'm going to bring her in just a little bit. Excuse me. We're going to click out and then I'm going to bring her in just a little bit. Okay. And then I'm just going to bring her down. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to change this to "You got this, sis." Okay. So I'm just going to highlight my text. You got this, sis. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this text that I have highlighted here, and I'm actually going to kind of change it up a little bit. Excuse me, my throat is really messing with me today. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So I'm going to highlight the text and come over to our font block, and I'm going to change that text sizing. And I want to make the text the red color in her, or yeah, red color in her dress. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to my front block here. I'm going to click on the little A drop down arrow. I'm going to select eyedropper, and I'm going to pick a color from her dress or her skirt. Okay, that way you can make sure that those colors are blending. Now, I'm also going to go in to my shape format in the menu, and I'm going to go to shape effects, and I'm going to select 3D rotation, and I'm going to kind of play around with this to see what I kind of get. And this will kind of like change my font around just a little bit for me. So I kind of like it like that right there. So again, I went to shape, I highlighted the text, I went to shape format in the menu, I came down to shape effects and 3D rotation. And you can just click on these and you can kind of see what it does to your text to determine what it is you like. So I'm going to go with this one, which is the perspective contrasting right. Okay, and select that. And after I click off of it, you can see how it's kind of tilted my text there. Now, when you click on it, it's going to bring it back up, but as soon as you move it down, it will then go back into place. I'm going to go back to the home in the menu, and I have a little bit more room so that I can do a 40 on that font type. And when I click it off, then I have the "You got this, sis." Okay. Now I'm wanting to make this block the same color as her earrings. So I'm going to click the block. I'm going to right click it, come down to format shape. I'm going to select fill, and then I'm going to click on color, and I'm going to select that eyedropper, and I'm going to wait until I get a color in her earrings. And you can see the little shape, the little orange rectangle. And there's the orange that I want to add. Now, if you select a color and it's too dark or what have you, you can always come over to transparency right here by your color, and you can kind of drag it a little bit to the right and it'll lighten it up for you. Okay, it's just making it a little bit. All right, so there we have that. So we have now added her without having to delete and put another image in. So now you know how to crop an image, which is the equivalent of slice in Cricut Design Space. It kind of works somewhat kind of like that, okay? Now I'm going to go down to the bottom here. I'm going to right click her. And again, I'm going to select change picture from a file. I'm going to select that same image and we're going to crop again. So we're going to go, don't even click it. You're just going, because it's already highlighted. You're going to go right to graphic format, crop, crop. And again, you want to make sure you click on the little dark, bold, black lines. Okay. And we're going to drag that up. Now, once you click off of her, and you have to click off of her, because otherwise, if you don't, you're going to be cropping her. Okay. So we're going to click off of her, and then we just drag her down. Okay, so now we have our image at the bottom. And then on the inside of the card, I actually had, let's see, this is what I had on the inside of the card. So I had be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Okay. And you don't see the exclamations here until you get ready to go to print. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to put, I got your back. Now I'm going to change up the color here and bring these down. So I'm going to click one of the text boxes, select shift on my keyboard and select the second text box. And then I can let the shift go and then I can drag them down at the same time. Okay. Now I can again go ahead and select both of them. Click one, hit shift on your keyboard, click the next one. And now we can go in and from the recent colors now, so I came down to my color in my front block here, and I'm going to choose a recent color. So we selected that kind of reddish color. So I'm going to select that, and I don't want it on bold. So I'm going to take it off of bold. So I can see I got fearless spelled wrong here. It'll be underlined. So you see it's underlined here. It's kind of hard typing upside down, but there we go. You see an underline, that means something is not spelled right. So be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire, okay? And then I got your back. Let's make sure that there is a space in there. It looked like it, but it also doesn't look like it. Okay, so now I got your back. And again, you can make this smaller. Just highlight it and go to your front block. And you can make it smaller. We'll set it at 40 and move it up. And then we'll bring that up. And you see those two lines on the side of my text boxes? That's to let me know it's centered, okay? All right, so there we have it. The only other thing you would need to do is change, if you want to change that back from whatever you have here. So on mine, I actually had uplifting my sisters. On the back. And again, all you have to do is highlight that text if you don't want black. And we already had that red highlighted. So that's it. That's how I would go about redesigning without starting all over from scratch. Okay. Now you could go in and you could duplicate those previous two slides that you had. You could duplicate those just by clicking both of them. So I click one, hit shift, click the other, right click and say copy, and then right click and paste. And then you'll have this one, and then the next time you'll have, you can start again. So that's how I go in and I redesign. Now, normally I don't keep a whole bunch of them rolling because I just start, redeveloping or redesigning. I just do it based on what fits me or suits my needs at that time. Okay. So that is how I go about recreating. If you slip up and you make a mistake, guys, don't forget you got that undo up here in the top left corner. You can always click that undo. So if I didn't really mean to change that to red, all I have to do is click on this undo one time, and it will start undoing whatever I just did. Okay. So if you make a mistake, you can always go and click on undo to fix it. All right. So now you know how to go in and recreate an image or add another image to a card that you have and redesign it or what have you. Like I said, I could have went in and I could have easily duplicated the previous image, the previous two slides, and then use those to start redeveloping my new one. Okay, so that is how I go about recreating and redeveloping in Microsoft PowerPoint. All right, I hope that helps, guys. I'm here to help if I can at all. And I also created a tutorial on how to create a greeting card envelope that will fit these greeting cards that you guys are creating. All right. All right, guys, that's it for me for crafting for today. I promise you, when you see the exclamation, I'm going to show you here. You see the exclamation is not here, but when you go in and you click on File and Print, okay, maybe I forgot to put it because it's there, but not there. So, and it may be because it's got the what you call it on it. So let's just take a look and see. Let me see if I can fix that. It may be because I have the yeah, that's what it is. It's because we have that the shape format that we went in and slid this to the side, so it won't acknowledge that exclamation that we have out there. Let's do this. Let me see if it's this right here. Hold on. Ba-dee-ya-dee-ya-dee-ya. Let's take a look now. File and print. So yeah, it won't acknowledge that exclamation only because we slanted that font or that text. That's why it's not picking it up based off of this font type. But you could always change the font type to something else if that exclamation mark. So you could just go highlight your text, go to the Ananda Black, and you can select something else. And you can see I have 2 exclamations in there. So if I take one off, it's that font. So I could go in and highlight this, and then that will allow me to make it bigger. So let's do it like that. So it still has the slant, so it has nothing to do with that shape format. It was the text, the font type that we were using. So we got "You got this, sis," and let's see if this one picked up our exclamation. So yep, it's got the exclamation in here, and good thing I looked because I put 2 down there. So it's always good to do a visual of what you got going on, because sometimes before you print, because sometimes you might not catch something that you otherwise would have. So now when I go to file and print and I see that preview over here, always make sure your preview is correct before you print it out. That'll save you from making any mistakes, and you'll be able to catch something that you didn't previously catch on the previous screen. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I hope that helps you guys. Again, if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing my tutorials for the first time and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And always hit that bell notification so you can be made aware anytime I upload any tutorials to YouTube. And if you're currently in my Facebook group, Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, thank you guys so much for following me on Facebook. If you'd like to join the private group, then just send me a Facebook group request to Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, and we'll get you added. All right. Thank you guys again. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And you guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day.